Now, what is this first issue? The first issue say in this problem whether the Chemist and the Druggist Association of Baroda is violating section 33B of the Act. Now, who will tell me that what is section 33B of the Act? Who will tell me? Yes, beta Mandeep. Do you have any idea what is section 33B of the Act? Yes, Mandeep sir. Monica. Muskan Singh. Anyone who has worked on it? No one has the idea. One hand is raised. Yes, Anamika.
And it is about limiting the supply of goods in a particular area by putting some restrictions. Like in this, the association has put restriction of obtaining NOC prior to the selling. So this is a kind of a restriction as it has an adverse effect on the economy and competition.
Wonderful, beta. It means that yes, this provision is violated because this is limiting the supply of these drugs in the market. So that's why the prior, that is the obtaining of this NOC is creating, that is affecting the competition within India. How? Because it is because of this, the supply of the drug is restricted in the market. Wonderful, beta. Very good. Now the next question is this, that
Ma'am, first one you have discussed, second one you have.
whether the Chemist and the Druggist Association was fixing the trade margins for the wholesaler or the retailer in the contravention of the provisions of section 3.1 read with the section 3.3 of that. Now section 3.1 provides that what are the anti-competitive agreements, the agreements affecting the competition, and then we discuss that these anti-competitive agreements are of two types, that is horizontal and the vertical. Now here the provisions of the section 3.3 are in question. Can anybody tell whether 3.3 referring to the horizontal agreement or a vertical agreement? Yes. Yes, beta Ria.
मैम वर्टिकल
3.3 रिया बेटा एक बार फिर से चेक करो बच्चे.
मैम
3.3 means section 3 subsection 3 of section 3 beta. Yes beta Ashika.
हॉरिजॉन्टल एग्रीमेंट्स
Wonderful beta. 3 subsection 3 of section 3 provides for the horizontal agreements. So here this problem is relating to the horizontal agreement. Now we have just discussed the first issue. Now the first issue is violating means 3.3b. It means subclause B of subsection 3 of section 3. Now, what is given under section 3b? This is relating to the, that is the limiting the supply, production, storage, etc. of goods or the provisions of services. Now, here the appointment, that prior permission before appointing the stockist, that is the dealers. Now, how? I have just told you, because of this, what is being happened, that that is restricting the supply of drugs in the markets. So that's why this is violating what? That is the second subclause of subsection 3 of section 3, And now here what is done, that the trade margins are fixed. Now if the trade margins are fixed, then whether it would lead to the violation of subsection clause A of subsection 3 of section 3. Now the subsection A is relating to which kind of circumstance? Yes. Section A.
Price.
Wonderful. That is controlling the price. Yes, tell me whether in this problem the price are controlled by this association. If yes, then how? Yes, beta.
Of the products for wholesalers, then in a way they're adding it on the base price, thus you get a bracket of the price they can sell it in.
Okay, wonderful, Ria. Very good. Now, what is given in this? Now, see this part. That what they are doing, they are also they are fixing what this last part, that they are engaged in the fixation of margins for the pharmaceutical products. It means that in the cost of the drugs there is a part, and that is called the trade margin, which decides the profits of the retailer. Now what they are doing, they are controlling this profit part. Now by controlling this profit part, what they are doing, they are affecting the price, and therefore this is also coming under what, that is the horizontal agreement, and in which what is control, that is the price of these drugs are controlled by fixing this trade margin in that is the drugs. So that's why this is the example of this problem is the example of the horizontal agreement. And in your, when we discuss the different case laws, name of the case, one of the case that is mentioned here is that is Vedanta. Now this problem is based on that case only. Now, yes, any question regarding this problem?
Into B. The person.
Okay, if no question, then I'm moving to the next problem. Now, what is the next problem? There is an enterprises, and that enterprise enter into the exclusive dealership agreements, and next that in this case the dealers are also bound to procure spare parts, accessories, and they are also imposing a discount control mechanism through which the dealers are only permitted to provide a maximum permissible discount. Now the question is whether this motor company limited is violating the provisions of the Competition Act or not. Now first, what is written here? Exclusive dealership agreement. Now whether these exclusive dealership agreements are the part of the horizontal agreement or the vertical agreement? Yes?
Ma'am, vertical.
Wonderful, that this is the part of the vertical agreement. How? Yes, my next question is how? Now in this case, read carefully, there is a company that is entering into a contract with its dealer. It means they both belongs to a different level of the production chain. Now what kind of agreement they are entering into? Exclusive dealership agreement. Can anybody tell what is this exclusive dealership agreement? In the last class, we discussed exclusive dealership agreement where the dealers agree that he would deal with the goods of the one manufacturer only. Now the question is whether in this case this vertical exclusive dealership agreement has been taken place or not. Now here the manufacturer is prohibiting the dealers not to take dealership of any other manufacturer or not on the basis of the problems, the facts which are given in this problem. Yes. क्या vertical agreement, anti-competitive agreement, that is exclusive dealership, has been entered into or not?
Yes, ma'am, it has entered.
Why, beta?
And because they are restricting to buy goods from other dealers and only fixing a one particular dealer. So this way they are, this is an exclusive agreement so that nobody can enter into market.
Wonderful, beta. But you have missed one thing, that dealers are required to take prior consent of the enterprise before taking up the dealership of the another brand. It means they have used this expression exclusive dealership agreement, but this agreement is not prohibiting the dealership. That is the dealers to take the dealership of another manufacturer, only that the prior consent is to be taken. Now this is decided by the CCI. Now you must, there is an case law, FX Enterprises. Now this problem is based on that. Now in this case, the CCI say yes, this is not the example of the exclusive, because here they are not prohibiting, they are only telling that okay, take the prior only consent from us. Now the next is that the dealers are bound to procure spare parts, accessory and all other requirements either directly from the motors or through its vendor. Yes. Is it violating any provision, vertical, that is provision of the vertical agreement, that is under section 3(4)? Yes.
No, ma'am, I don't think so. Maybe it's just a quality check because they're allowing them to buy through other vendors approved by the company.
Wonderful, dear. Now, when we go through simply these words, then of course that we can say that there is a vertical agreement. Now, what kind of vertical anti-competitive agreement it would be? Yes, किस तरह का vertical agreement आ सकता है? Exclusive supply, distribution, refusal to deal, resale price maintenance, tie-in arrangement. Yes, can we put it under tie-in arrangement? Means that I am buying a car. Now for the spare parts, if I need the spare parts, then only a particular spare, that is the spare parts of a particular dealer I am bound to, that is buy. Yes, तो ये tying in arrangement नहीं होगा. Yes, can we put it under this category, tying in arrangement? So this is the example of the tying in arrangement, but just your classmate has told us that no, this tying in arrangement. It is similar to that agreement, but in case of these vertical agreements, first it is to be proved that whether it is affecting the competition or not. Now in this case, the CCI held that not. In this case, the 3(4) is not violating. Now the reason is given here that the person is in this case only what is done, that penalty if the recommended spare parts or the insurance is not taken or the recommended oil is not used or the recommending CNG kit is not used. In that case, only a penalty is imposed. And what is that penalty? That is, they are only cancelling what? That is the warranty. So that's why this is, CCI held that this is not violating the section 3(4) of the Competition Act. Now the last thing which is given here is that the Motors Company Limited also imposes a discount control mechanism through which the dealers not only permitted to provide a maximum permissible discounts, and the dealers are not authorized to give discount which is above the recommended age range. Now, what kind of vertical agreement it would be? Resale price maintainers or tying in arrangement or refusal to deal or exclusive supply agreement? Yes. कौन सा हो सकता है vertical agreement ये?
Resale price.
Wonderful, Ria. It is resale price maintenance. When it is decided, that is when the price is decided by the seller, then it is the example of the resale price maintenance. Now here the discount is controlled, that only this much discount can be given, and by deciding this, what is given, the price is fixed, and when the price is fixed, then that is the resale price maintenance. So that's why in this problem the parties are, that is, guilty of only resale price maintenance. I hope you have understood now the difference between the horizontal agreement and vertical agreements, and how the different kinds of horizontal and the vertical agreements can be entered into between the enterprises or person. Any questions, students? Okay, students, if no question, then attendance time.
Ma'am, we skipped the last part of the question.
Sorry, beta. Just a second, bache. Which part, beta? And the dealership agreement prohibited the dealer from investing in any other business, particularly in the dealership with the competitor of the Motor Company Limited. We can apply the first part, that is exclusive. They are prohibiting them to deal or invest in the, that is the goods of the another manufacturer. In this case also, one thing is missing, that they can do again what is required, only the prior approval of the Motors Company is required to enter into such kind of agreements. That's why CCI said this is also not violating the, that is the provisions of the Competition Act. Yes, beta, I hope you have understood.
Yes, sir.
ओके, थैंक यू रिया. नहीं तो हम वाकई में इसको स्किप कर जाते बेटा.
Ma'am, I didn't get the first part. Why that will not be covered under vertical agreement?
अब बेटा वर्टिकल एग्रीमेंट में है वो एक्सक्लूसिव डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एग्रीमेंट है ना, जिसमें डीलर को रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर रहा है मैन्युफैक्चरर. जो हमारा जो एग्रीमेंट है वो यही है ना, एक्सक्लूसिव सप्लाई एग्रीमेंट, कि मैन्युफैक्चरर इज रिस्ट्रिक्टिंग द डीलर. किस चीज के लिए? कि वो सिर्फ उसी की गुड्स के साथ डील करेगा. उन्होंने क्या ऐसी रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगाई है कि वो किसी और मैन्युफैक्चरर की गुड्स के साथ डील नहीं कर सकता. टोटल प्रोहिबिशन है बेटा. अब उसको चेक करिए बेटा, इज देयर टोटल प्रोहिबिशन कि नहीं, वो किसी में एंटर ही नहीं करेगा.
Ma'am, but it is written that the dealers are bound to procure.
पर उसके बाद बाउंड पे आप एकदम और भी आगे जाइए, उसके बाद बाउंड टू प्रोक्योर के साथ और भी है बेटा कुछ, एक सेकेंड आई विल शो यू।
और
आई होप द स्क्रीन इज विजिबल है ना बेटा? मैंने कहा ये देखिए दिस पार्ट से, ओह सॉरी मैं ज्यादा ऊपर चली गई। Dealers are required to obtain the prior consent of the enterprise before taking the dealership of the another brand. तो उनके ऊपर टोटल प्रोहिबिशन नहीं है, बस सिर्फ ये है कि अगर वो किसी और की डीलरशिप लेना चाहते हैं तो उन्हें क्या करना पड़ेगा, सिर्फ प्रायर अप्रूवल लेना है। तो दैट्स व्हाई द सीसीआई हेल्ड कि नो, this is not covered under the exclusive supply agreement. जी बेटा, I hope it
yes,
is. जी बेटा, yes, now please attendance time.